Okay, we're here with Chris, the designer of Contrived. Thank you, Chris. And so I will let you explain to us what your game is about.
Sure, so this is a Euro game, and as a Euro game, it's all about scoring the most points. Now, most of the points are going to come from constructing these monuments on the board. And this is what they look like at the end of the game when they're finished, but they actually all start the game flat like this. And as their spaces are filled in from one or more players, maybe like this, then this section of this monument will be constructed. Whoever finishes the last space will get to lock their token in for points, but everyone here is going to get some benefit that builds their engine. These would return to their owners, and then this section would be built like that. And then the next section becomes revealed. It would be constructed as well until finally all of them would be finished, and that's what ends the game, is when all of the monuments on the table are complete. So this game is all about engine building. There's 5 different ways to build your engine, and this device here, this is really what your engine is all about. It works kind of like a conveyor belt that moves from left to right. So there's 2 types of turns. You choose either one or the other. The first type of turn is to advance from left to right like this. Every tile slides 1 position. The tile that exits, you bring back to the start. It's ready to cycle through. And any empty spaces that exist here, you get to fill however you want with your tokens. Like that. The other type of turn is to use the tokens in the bottom row to take actions. You can take as many actions as you want on your turn, limited only by the tokens in the bottom row here. So in this example, I'd be able to take 5 actions on my turn, maximum. One of the main actions that you can take is to deploy tokens from the top row. And that is how you get to place them into the monuments like this, which will eventually construct them once the spaces are filled.
Okay, so 1 token to activate the action that went there and 1 token, okay.
Exactly, yeah. And that's just a basic overview of how this works. Throughout the game, you're trying to upgrade this in as many ways as you can. So these action tokens that begin the game loaded into your device, you're upgrading them with better versions so that every single action you take can do more. You're also slotting in new tokens into the top row of your device here. And then when you take that advanced turn and you have matching icons aligned, it gives you, for example, free movement. So this would be 1, 2 spaces of movement on the board. You're replacing your basic starting tiles here with new upgraded versions. Yeah, there's a market of tiles that exists in the full game. And the tiles that you upgrade are simply better. More spaces in them means more actions, more tokens you're deploying onto the board.
And symbols too.
And symbols, yeah, that's for longer term goals in the game. And then gradually you are placing these bridge tokens out onto the map. And each time you place one from bottom to top, you unlock 1 new unique ability for your character. So it's asymmetric in that way as well. And then out on the map, as you place these, you are building kind of a shared economy for all the players. So even if your tokens are out, other players can land on them as well and get whatever benefits are shown on them.
Does the game play to the end of the all of the monuments you said?
Yeah, that's correct, and that's how the game scales as well. So in a lower player game, you're dealing with fewer monuments. And in a 5-player game, which is the maximum, you're using all 6 monuments.
Thank you. So this is obviously a lot of a game, and as a designer, I'm sure there is a lot to be proud of. But if you were to point out to one element, one part that you think is particularly exciting for you or that is your favorite, what would that be?
I think it's all of the ways that you can build your engine.
Okay.
And you choose how you're going to build it. There's 5 different ways, but you can't pursue all of them. The game's too short. And if you don't specialize in one way or another, then you're not going to perform that well. So I think just choosing how you want to build it out and how you want to specialize your strategy, I think that's the most exciting part of the game.
Which I guess also makes for a very replayable game, because it seems to me that every time you can do something slightly different.
Yeah, exactly. And you're not restricted just based on the character you have. The character that you have, it gives you some strengths, but it doesn't tell you exactly how you have to play. There's still multiple paths you can take, even with one character or another.
Thank you. And mechanically or thematically, whatever you prefer, what was an inspiration, either a game or uh, an idea? What brought you to this game
Well,
rather than to something else?
yeah, I'll speak to the mechanical
Yeah.
side of that. So this is a love letter to my favorite Euro games. So games like Hansa Teutonica, Russian Railroads, Brass Birmingham, Scythe, games like that. And this is my first published design, and I've really tried to take the best elements from those games that I really like and combine them in a unique way, but in a way that's still focused, right? That's not just a soup of different mechanics. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's a love letter to Euro games.
Thank you. It looks beautiful too. I hope the video can show how nice it is. The colors are really, really popping when you see them in person. Um, so you told me that this is going to be on Kickstarter. When should people look for the Kickstarter?
Yeah, it'll be on Kickstarter in February 2022 or 2023.
Okay, so if you like it, this was Chris with an Age Contrived on Kickstarter of February to 2023. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing and see you next time. Bye.